After 8 years of the making, the FNAF movie is finally releasing. Holy crap. I cannot believe that we're literally weeks away from seeing the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. A movie that for me and a lot of other fans have been waiting for since its announcement 8 years ago. Of course, when a movie is based on a video game or any really popular thing like FNAF, there's always going to be a bit of rip-offs or very inspired like things that come out. And within these 8 years of waiting for the FNAF movie, we did get some FNAF-Likes out there. And I'm not going to be talking about like games or whatever. I'm also going to be referring to 3 FNAF-like movies that we'll be talking about today. And I think it's a perfect time to talk about our first one, The Hug. The Hug is a short film made for Halloween Film Fest. Actually, very fun fact, if you actually want to check out this little 5-minute fan film real quick before, continuing this section of the video, it's actually on YouTube right now for free. My very much opinions on the Hug is that it's very well directed. The set looks really nice, the atmosphere and everything. Of course, it is a 5-minute short film, so the acting isn't like something I thought would be amazing.
Now let's make the panda put on a show for us.
But it's alright, it does the job. My only problem is the story. So the story is that this spoiled brat, it's his birthday party at this pizzeria, Chuck E. Cheese-like place, or I guess for this video's sake, Freddy's place. When he asked to see the panda, the big main animatronic of this joint, the security guard says no, he is resting or whatever. But being the little brat he is, when the security guard has to go away and help someone or something, he steals the keys and starts the animatronic anyway, when the animatronic asks for a hug.
Great! But first, you gotta come give me a big fat hug.
Hugs it, and then, it doesn't let go, and blah blah, gets murdered, and, a horror short film about a scary animatronic, so yeah. Obviously, visuals, like, the CGI is a little but it's alright. I think this is, like, a very fun little short film. My only problem, again, is kind of this weird thing where the stage is not that far away from where the other people are at, like, in front of them. And no one sees anything or hears any of the music or the animatronic speaking or anything. So it takes forever until the security guard even notices. And I don't know, it just bothers me. But generally, I do think this is an alright little short film, and it looks very nice. The production on it is really good, and I don't think it looks bad at all. Let's go into our second one, which is actually a movie, not a short film. A movie. The Banana Splits. As of currently, most of you know that the FNAF movie is being produced and kind of made by Blumhouse. But before that, the movie was actually technically supposed to be made by Warner Brothers, which, due to some disagreements, got, changed directions and went with Blumhouse instead, which, honestly, I think was for the better. But there was some rumors that some of the old FNAF ideas, they brought it to the Banana Splits movie. Again, I don't know how credible that information is, but besides all that, the movie itself is pretty good, or at least okay. It does have a lot of issues. Like, number one, the animatronics. It's really hard to believe that these are supposed to be animatronics when they're moving like humans. The Hug and in Willy's Wonderland, you can tell those are supposed to be animatronics, and here they act like they're human, but they're supposed to be robots. It's really weird. The story of the movie is that the Banana Splits show, live show, is getting canceled, and the animatronics are mad. So for the current show, they decide to keep everyone there by murdering nearly everyone and whatever. Basically, the whole movie is just a weird, evil version of the Banana Splits live show, which again is so random to make a movie about, but oh well, because this movie is actually pretty enjoyable. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's a movie, if you turn your brain off, you can really enjoy. The kills are really good in this one. And also, the theme song is from the original, but it is covered and produced and sung by the main singer of the band Fall Out Boy, which is really cool. For the most part, acting is like okay. There's some good actors, meh actors, and then just actors. Again, I think the movie is completely fine in most of its aspect. The production's really good. The editing is a little there and there, and the directing is pretty well. But for the most part, I think the movie just does very well in its kills. But story-wise, it is pretty simple and also boring. Like I think like the third act of the movie, kind of like near the end, is kind of where I was starting to get off. But for the most part, I think the Banana Splits movie is pretty alright. I know a lot of people hate this movie solely just because it's a FNAF ripoff, which, I don't know, I guess. I'd give this movie probably a 7 out of 10. It's not perfect, but it does alright. With that all done, let's get to the next one, the one I've been most excited to talk about, Willy's Wonderland.
It's your birthday, and we want you to have fun. It's your birthday, so let's party, everyone. It's your birthday, and we want you to have fun. It's your birthday, so let's party, everyone.
Alright, here we go. The final movie of these 3 FNAF-like movies. The one that I mostly wanted to talk about, Willy's Wonderland. I think out of all of these movies, this one for some reason gets most of the hate, which is very sad because the person who created the movie, I think the writer, it was his first movie, and unfortunately, because of his comparisons to Five Nights at Freddy's, sadly it was dragged through the dirt by most of the fan base, while the movie's hype was definitely built around that it was very FNAF-like, but it had Nicolas Cage in it. That's amazing. I think that's the best part of this. I think a lot of people should give this movie some slack, but the movie itself is an alright movie. Okay, when I first watched the movie, which I think I still have my original review of this movie on my channel, which is a little crazy. I think actually this is the very first movie I ever reviewed, technically, like a new movie. So this is a little bit of a full circle moment, I guess, but I remember actually really loving this movie, and rewatching it, I didn't realize how more cheap this movie was. But I do think that adds to a factor of why I love this movie so much. It might look cheap, and the acting, I would say, like, compared to the other actual movie of these 3 movies, which is the Banana Splits, surprisingly, the Banana Splits actually has a lot of better acting than this movie. This movie's actors are a little flat in their line delivery, but again, it's just a fun movie where we kind of have like this, like a what-if scenario of FNAF, but the night guard's like Doom Guy or something. Again, I love this movie and will always adore it. One day I'm gonna buy like a Blu-ray disc of it and just always rewatch it. Again, if I had to like say which one had better production, it was obviously the Banana Splits movie because it was made by a big studio. Well, this one's a lot more smaller and you can feel that. But the animatronics here, I feel like, are much more believable as animatronics. Even if some of them do kind of weird stuff, you can still kind of feel like they're robots. If I did have to give it a rating, it would probably be an 8 out of a 10. But I guess that wraps it all for FNAF-like movies. Maybe I missed some. I'm always active in the community, and these are the only movies I'm aware of try to do FNAF. And most likely, after the FNAF movie, there's gonna be some bad rip-offs, because we all know the FNAF movie is gonna do very well. I really wanted to make this video just because I'm super excited about the FNAF movie, and it is probably one of the movies I've waited the longest for, and I cannot wait to finally watch it. I already have my tickets and everything. And I think unlike most video game movies where it's usually made by someone who doesn't know too much of the original source material or whatever, like the Halo show, which is like the director, I don't think even played a game. Kind of hard to compare a huge franchise next to a small indie game franchise, but still, I really love how the FNAF movie is actually, like, most of it is helped by the actual creator, Scott Cawthon, with a lot of help from its director and writers. And FNAF has a huge part of my life, and again, I just want to celebrate this movie's existence, and this is one of the first like video ideas I ever came up with. So anyways, Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys have a wonderful time, and I hope all of you wonderful human beings out there get to be able to see the FNAF movie, and I will be there with you in the movie theaters. And I'll see you guys later, and goodbye.
He's coming.